Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're tearing apart a really fascinating, completely raw 7-day experiment. We're going to walk step by step through niche selection, branding, product sourcing, the whole shebang, just to see if artificial intelligence can actually build a profitable dropshipping business entirely from scratch. So if you've been curious about the actual realities of AI entrepreneurship without all the fluff, you are in the exact right place. Let's get started. Okay, let's dive into this because we have all seen the massive social media hype, right? The endless, crazy claims that people are generating millions of dollars with dropshipping, skilling their stores to $100,000 in a single week, and securing absolute hands-off passive wealth just by clicking a few buttons and letting AI do all the heavy lifting. I mean, the claims are literally everywhere you look. But come on, is it actually as easy as it seems? That's the ultimate question we're answering today. We're totally grounding ourselves in reality here. We're looking way past the flashy cars and the TikTok hype to examine the actual raw results of a strict, real-world test backed by just a tiny $250 budget. We really want to know, can AI actually pull this off, or is it all just internet noise? To find out, this explainer is going to act as your step-by-step playbook. We'll quickly cover the 7-day AI challenge, niche selection and store build, sourcing and optimizing products, building the brand identity, generating those AI avatar ads, and finally, the raw 7-day results. All right, part 1, the 7-day AI challenge. Let's start with the setup for this experiment. To properly test if AI can truly build a business, the source established some incredibly strict boundaries. First rule, AI has to make literally every single business decision. Second, the budget is capped at a super strict $250, meaning all the tools used must be free or at least ridiculously cheap, just so the actual budget can go towards ads. And the ultimate goal here, make $1,000 in exactly 7 days. In fact, the source even staked $1,000 of their own money to give away to a commenter if they fail to hit that mark. Moving right along to part 2, niche selection and store build. With the rules locked in, it's time to figure out what to actually sell. As the source correctly notes, the single biggest mistake beginners make is lacking focus. You absolutely need a specific niche. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how to hunt for winners in today's market. It's called the dummy scroll method. Basically, you open a brand new Instagram account, scroll through Reels for an hour, and make sure to engage with every single dropshipping ad you see to train the algorithm. You then compile all those products you're shown into a giant list, feed that massive list straight into ChatGPT, and just ask it to pick the winner. The result for the specific experiment, the pets niche. Once that niche was locked in, an incredibly low-cost AI tech stack was deployed to do all the heavy lifting. Build Your Store handled the automated Shopify setup. AutoDS jumped in for product sourcing and automated shipping directly to customers. ChatGPT tackled all the ideation, Nano Banana generated the visual logo, and Create UGC was lined up to handle the advertising. Honestly, looking at this tech stack shows just how drastically the barrier to entry has dropped. You can completely automate a business without ever even touching a piece of inventory. Okay, part 3, sourcing and optimizing products. Heading into this phase, you gotta realize that picking the right product is literally the difference between printing money and being completely ignored. Notice how AI solves a massive time drain here. Terrible supplier data. On the left, you see raw product titles imported directly from suppliers, and they're just loaded with weird, messy keywords like New Year 2026. I mean, who wants to buy that? But on the right, by using the AutoDS bulk AI rewrite feature, dozens of those messy titles and descriptions were instantly transformed into clean, professional, totally readable copy with just a single click. But look, AI can only do so much from a distance. The source actually ordered physical samples for a vital reality check, and the results were kinda mixed. An interactive dog ball felt incredibly cheap and rolled around erratically, which is basically a guaranteed way to get immediate customer refunds. However, a dog paw cleaner featured really high-quality, quiet, powerful silicone scrubbers. It instantly became the hero product. An AirTag dog collar also passed the quality test with flying colors. It just proves you absolutely have to separate the junk from the gems yourself. Which brings us to part 4, building the brand identity. Next up, we shift over to branding. When a potential customer lands on your page, you have about 3 seconds, literally 3 seconds, to convince them you're a legitimate business. Trust is everything. So to build that instant trust, the source specifically secured a .store domain because consumers immediately associate that with an established online shop. They initially wanted Happy Paws, but yeah, it was taken. So they prompted ChatGPT to brainstorm some alternatives, eventually landing on the AI-inspired thrivingpaws.store. Paired with that Nano Banana AI logo, the storefront honestly looked surprisingly premium. All right, part 5, generating AI avatar ads. Of course, you could have the best-looking store in the world, but it won't make a single dime if no one actually visits it. That brings us to driving traffic. The whole strategy here relied on UGC, or user-generated content. Now, these are those amateur-style, super authentic videos you see all over TikTok or Reels that look like real customers just filming on their phones. Because a 7-day challenge is way too short to wait for slow, organic growth, they had to use paid ads. And to get those ads made on the cheap, they utilized an AI tool called Create UGC to generate these crazy, scroll-stopping virtual avatars holding their products. But hey, AI isn't perfect. When generating the script for the AirTag collar, the AI kept focusing over and over on the collar being water-resistant, completely missing the actual main selling point. The human behind the screen had to step in and manually adapt the script to emphasize the AirTag tracking feature instead. It's a really crucial takeaway for anyone using these tools. AI still desperately needs a human editor to actually understand real consumer psychology. So the crucial point is part 6, the raw 7-day results. Did any of this actually work? Let's look at the highly anticipated final data. Remember our baseline here. The incredibly strict starting budget was just $250. Because the AI tech stack was practically free through clever use of trial periods, almost all of this budget was thrown straight into Meta ads, running at $20 a day just to force traffic to the brand new store. The sales volume was genuinely surprising. They sold 17 dog paw cleaners and 1 pet magic broom. The AirTag dog collar ad was actually turned off pretty quickly because it just wasn't converting, but that paw cleaner ad drove so much targeted traffic that it even led to completely unexpected cross-sales, like someone randomly throwing a pet magic broom into their cart. Let's break down the actual math here. That winning dog paw cleaner had a specific product and shipping cost of $16.77 per unit. When the dust finally settled, the store generated $424.10 in overall revenue. Pretty great, right? But what about the expenses? Between the product costs and the roughly $150 spent on those Meta ads, the total costs came out to $342.54, leaving a final raw profit of exactly $81.56. Now, did they hit the $1,000 goal? No, the challenge officially failed, and the source actually had to give away $1,000 of their own money to a commenter. But let's look at the bigger picture here. AI successfully built a fully functional, profitable, automated dropshipping business completely from scratch in just a few days, essentially for free. Which leaves us with this final, incredibly provocative thought directly from the source's own conclusion. If an $81 profit was achieved in just one single week, fully delegated to AI with only the bare minimum of human optimization, imagine the true potential of blending these powerful AI tools with dedicated human oversight over an entire month. I mean, the barrier to entry for building a business has literally never been lower. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this step-by-step playbook gave you some serious insights into the real power of AI. Catch you next time.